The US has recently imposed a 29% reciprocal tariff on Pakistani exports, part of a broader strategy to address trade imbalances. While this tariff places pressure on Pakistan's export sectors, especially textiles, it also presents certain opportunities when compared to the higher tariffs imposed on regional competitors. Pakistani exporters, particularly in the textile sector, are concerned about the impact on their trade with the US, which has traditionally been a key market. The All Pakistan Textile Mills Association, APTMA, acknowledged that while the 29% tariff is significant, it's lower than the tariffs imposed on countries like China, 34%, Switzerland, 31%, Bangladesh, 37%, Sri Lanka, 44%, and Vietnam, 46%. This slight advantage might allow Pakistani products to remain competitive, particularly in the apparel sector. However, the textile industry, which accounts for a large share of Pakistan's exports, is expected to face difficulties as US demand could decrease, given the higher costs for consumers. Despite these challenges, the Pakistani government has responded by setting up a high-level steering committee and specialized working groups. These bodies aim to explore alternative markets and policies to mitigate the tariff's impact. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif emphasized the need for a strategic approach to safeguard Pakistan's economic interests. The country's trade balance with the US has historically been in surplus. In the fiscal year 2024, Pakistan's exports to the US totaled $5.44 billion, while imports were only $1.88 billion, resulting in a surplus of $3.57 billion. With textiles being the largest contributor, any dip in exports could significantly affect this balance. Nevertheless, some economists argue that Pakistan's lower tariff rate, in comparison to competitors like Vietnam and China, could help gain an edge in the US market should it maintain its competitive pricing. The government is also exploring diversification strategies, looking at markets outside the US to offset the losses. The US tariff policy could have a lasting effect on Pakistan's trade relationships and economic stability. However, with swift adjustments and proactive measures, Pakistan may be able to navigate this challenging situation and even capitalize on its relative advantage compared to other nations facing steeper tariffs.